Good day, Tato. So, to answer the questions that have been posed in terms of what inspired me to start the business, for me, starting ImPowerX Advisory Services was an opportunity to tell and also teach a different story. As a country or as a nation, we've been told that we are not a saving nation. And this has then impacted many people in terms of the decisions that they make when it comes to managing finances. And also, the language that we use when we speak about money and personal financial management is usually a negative language. And people believe that they struggle with money, and then some believe that dealing with money matters is something that needs someone who has studied a finance course and also someone who is working in the financial services institutions. So, for me, I've got banking experience, having worked in banks for 8 years before starting the company. And in my experience of working in private banking and business banking, and also in financial planning, I got to see the realities of how people are managing their finances. Some will come and ask for financial assistance with the bank. And when you look at the transaction history, when you go through their statements, you're able to see that there are other decisions that they could make, or the banking behavior could be changed in a positive way and allow them to save money by simply understanding banking and how to then conduct their transactions on a day to day basis. And I believe that we can do better. And for me, as I indicated, this is an opportunity to bring that to life. And the second question, what has been my business journey or experience so far? So it's been a learning journey. I've learned about running a business and also managing people. And as far as I've started with ImPowerX, I've seen growth, I've seen support, and I've seen the the positive aspect of people seeking financial literacy and financial wellness for themselves. And with the move on this DIY generation where people want to do even their investments for themselves, be able to then implement some of the financial transactions or the financial decisions that they get to make with regards to managing their finances or their financial plan, I've seen a shift in terms of people not valuing financial advice and being in that space and creating a business that revolves around advice based financial planning has been a challenge. But even with that, there is learning that comes with it, and also being able to share successful stories or the work that we've done for individuals has allowed us to keep on going, because when you do that work, you've got someone who is seeing the difference that getting financial or professional advice has made in terms of the decision that they got to make. For example, we had a client in the past few weeks, and it was a risk planning client. And with that, they were working with another advisor for implementation purposes. But because we've got a relationship established, it was easier for them to reach out and say, hey, I'm making this particular decision. I would like to hear your input around this particular issue. And then, having assessed that, we were able to pinpoint some of the key features about the product that they were about to take. And for us, at the end of the day, our job was to ensure that the client makes informed financial decisions. And that's why we say at ImPowerX, we help clients achieve their financial goals by providing quality financial planning and also providing them with financial literacy education. Because with the education, people are able to make the informed financial decisions. And there is so many activities that are happening within our industry or within our space, where you would find a client being sent only 2 pages of a 10-page document, and they're expected to sign accept without understanding the other benefits or the other terms and condition attached to a particular product or to a particular transaction that they're about to get into. So bringing that awareness and also giving the clients the opportunity to understand before they transact, it's something that has stood out in our journey. And the third question, what would you say to a young woman who aspires to be like you? I would say that believe in yourself, believe in your goals, and put yourself out there, show up and start. So if you've got an idea, you don't need to wait for for something magical. You don't need to wait for a perfect time, because for you to bring that idea to life, you need to start now, and then the time will adjust to be the perfect time. And it's easier to say I'll do something tomorrow. But if you've got a bright idea, put a plan in place, use your voice, connect with the necessary people that you need. I'm very much uh, keen on connecting and finding the people that you need in order to achieve your goals, because the more you reach out, the more people see that they can assist you and also know your story, so that it's easier for someone to know how they can come and partner or support you in your journey. Thank you.
I'm glad that you've asked that question and also noted the belief that most people hold in terms of thinking that financial planning is not for them, or financial literacy should be taught to their kids and not them. And what is important is for people to understand that, irrespective of which life cycle they find themselves in, financial literacy, education, and financial planning is important. And you don't need to be running a business, you don't need to have a lot of money in order for you to start on your financial journey. Because when we talk about managing finances, we talk about your well being, we talk about your wellness, we talk about also your ability to take part in most decisions, because decisions have to do with money. And when you ask who are those people that we plan to serve, we first and foremost believe that financial planning is for everyone, and it is thus as providing the service for those that are ready and seeking financial wellness for themselves. At ImPowerX Advisory Services, our focus is on young adults, and that is people that are still starting out in university, people that are involved in different organizations, that is inclusive of young professionals that have just started working, and further extends to those that are going towards retirement, because those are the two most critical times where one needs to properly plan their finances. Because when you're still starting out, that is a point where the decisions that you make about money will affect you for the rest of your life. And at the time when you're about to retire, the decisions that you make about the money that you are to receive as your retirement money will also affect how the rest of your life plans out. So it is important that we provide to those key groups, to say young adults that are starting out, young professionals, and also say the older generations that are retiring. And this is to say it's an inclusive service that we're providing even for anyone that is in between and planning for their retirement. And the reason why we say this is because it allows for people to see that had they made decisions earlier on, they could be better off when it comes to their position when it comes to managing finances, and also reminds them that it is not too late to start, because the sooner you start to be intentional and deliberate about the decisions that you make about money, the better we are going to reach the state of financial wellness, financial freedom, financial fitness, and also be empowered in order to take this information to the next generation and teach those that are around us so that they can better manage their finances as well. Thank you.
Wow, it's so surprising and comforting to know that ImPowerX is actually here to serve a group as young as our young professionals, because it's such a tender point in time where you've just started earning and you really at a point where you are building up your career. So knowing and having such a partner to advise you through the journey all the way to retirement is it's so brilliant. Wow. Just to know a bit more about yourself, who's inspired you? Who has really made that impact in your life to steer you or um, inspire you to actually go into finance or love numbers and who's inspired you and had an impact in your life?
The person who's had the most impact in my life or who inspires me is my dad. And that is because he plans and he also ensures that everything that he needs to do is outlined and also communicated with those around. And yeah, it's such a motivation to see someone put down their goals and then actually work on them, because we've seen a lot of people just say that I want to do this, but they don't follow um, that goal with action that is required in order for them to be able to realize that particular goal. And for me to be in such a space where there's someone that values education and someone that is willing to provide the support and also channel the thinking and the actions around building a career, and now also providing support when one is doing this for the greater society. It's still an inspiration even today.
Wow, that's so amazing to know that your dad has played such an influential role in your life and has really been the most impactful person in terms of the path you've chosen. So, really, thank you so much for sharing that with us. Um, Now, the last question, it's really been a burning question ever since I've started this conversation with you. It's just understanding financial literacy from the earliest of stages, right? So we know that it's not exactly taught in the most practical form in the schooling system. So is there a desire, or more specifically, is there a plan that you have to fulfill that side? Um, just having it within the curriculum so kids can actually grow up understanding money, understanding value, knowing um, the knowing and having the ability to build wealth already from a young age. Do you have any plans to have it in the educational system? Is that something you would desire to play a part in? Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you for the question. I know this is a concern from many South Africans, and then we always say that financial literacy is not taught in school. But if you look at what is currently being taught to the school children, you will see that that is the aspect of financial literacy, because they are taught about needs and wants, and then they are taught that in a practical way. So my plans going forward, I've got a plan of writing a book which will be around financial literacy for kids, and also at the moment, we're busy developing an app that is going to take people through the financial journey, from budgeting to understanding your debts, and then calculating your net worth, and also getting that access to a financial advisor who will be able to assist you with charting your financial plan. And that is something exciting. It's something that we're working on. We're busy developing a prototype for that, but we know that once it's available, it's going to assist people to see that financial literacy, made practical, made simple, it's not complicated. I think the core thing that we have noted when we started doing the work that we do is that there is a belief that managing finances is difficult. So we are saying we are simplifying personal finance, and we're taking people through this journey so that they can make it practical for themselves. And yeah, so there's so many tools that we have available. In the past week, we shared the budget tracker, where you track your expenses on a day-to-day basis, and also doing a follow-up to find how people are finding that tool, and if there's anything else that they would like to see or bring to life. So yeah, financial literacy education, it's a core thing that we continue to focus on as ImPowerX, and we know that one day our people are going to get it, and that light bulb moment is what we are working towards. As I indicated, for us, this is an opportunity to tell a different story, to allow people to win in their personal finances. Thank you. And just to add on that, there is work that the Department of Education is doing, the Banking Association of South Africa, and other stakeholders in the financial services industry with regards to putting this in the curriculum. So it's something that's already in the pipeline. And for my side, most definitely, I look forward to the terms financial literacy being used in the school curriculum, though the content is there already, and also that being made practical. So, yes, we also do Empowered Women, which is a book club, and with that, it's more of saying let the literacy work extend to not just financial literacy, but literacy as a whole, because that is the foundation. When people know how to read and write, they're able to take part into different opportunities that are available. So for me, when I see any opportunity, I do take part in that. There is a talk that I did on the Global Financial Planning Conference in May, when I was talking around what I wish I knew when I was 17. And that spoke to financial literacy and financial planning profession as a career choice for the young ones when they reach 17, and then they need to make choices around which career path they need to follow. And secondly, I wanted to note another engagement that we had around financial literacy, just to say people must be willing to take the first step. People must be willing to learn more about literacy. There is LITASA, which is the Literacy Association of South Africa. We spoke in their conference last year, and also this year at the end of September to the 2nd of October, there's going to be a conference. So on that one, we'll be talking about the work that we do in the book lab. But for me, in general, anything that I do, it's all about creating spaces for collaboration and also empowering people so that they know and also put into action the power that they hold, because the more we connect, the more we can do better, and the quicker we can get this work out there. So I do work with more people that are interested in financial literacy and starting their own businesses to go and do financial wellness, financial education trainings, and those I take under mentorship, because this is a journey that I'm working on, and I also want more people to come in so that we can be a large group that is doing the financial literacy work. So thank you very much for this opportunity, and I look forward to more engagements.